Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that? Injured in a ridiculous way. I mean, it happens to everyone. We've had calls before with people breaking ribs from sneezing.
Yep, embarrassing injuries.
Well, I sat on my thumb yesterday.
You did, and it went straight up the old
And
whoopsie
it's-
daisy.
No. It was bent at the time, and I've really bruised my thumb.
mate.
Just stupid.
John Whipfley broke a rib doing up a life jacket.
What?
He said, I'm not too old to go water skiing. I remember doing that once. Give me a go. Give me the life jacket. Ow!
How did you injure yourself? 13 24 10. We want to hear from you because we couldn't believe this. We thought it was a joke. There was an AFL game over the weekend. It was St Kilda versus the Western Bulldogs, and there was a supporter by the name of Nick Harrison, old bloke. He'd probably be in his 60s.
Yeah.
Nick got up and he had the privilege of tossing the coin before the game.
Okay.
But as he's tossed the coin, he's grabbed at his hamstring. And everyone's going, oh, come on, you've just done this as a viral.
Yeah.
There's an update. Have a listen to this.
Must bring you an update on the most bizarre injury of the season. Scans confirming a bad hamstring strain for Nick Harrison suffered during the coin toss before last night's game at Marvel Stadium.
Probably naive of me to think I could just go out and toss the coin without any preparation. I paid the price.
Yeah, it's a foolish mistake. How long do you think you're out for?
I'm probably going to miss 6 or 7 tosses, I guess.
Will he ever toss again? Will he ever toss again? How do you tear your hamstring tossing a coin? It must have been right on the edge and any movement triggered it.
And Whip, I've got to show you the bruise that's on the back of his leg is unbelievable. He's basically ripped it off the bone.
Oh, don't.
It's from just tossing a coin. Laura on the Central Coast, how did you injure yourself, Laura?
Well, it was an early morning start at work. It was dark. I had my lunchbox in my hand, my drink bottle, and I slammed the car door and I fractured 4 of my own fingers.
Oh, you slammed your fingers in your door.
Yeah, my own fingers in my own car door, yeah.
Laura, could you get your other hand around to open the door again to get him out, or was it in there for a while?
Look, it was instantaneous. I just opened the car door and I'm crying out in the car park. Went inside and I got absolutely zero sympathy. But honestly, I could not move my fingers. I ended up going to the doctors, but there was nothing they could do. So, yeah, I was getting around with a silly injury.
Oh, my God, Laura. We won't tell anyone. I promise that wasn't on the radio.
No. Jade in Kurnell, you had a footy injury as well. What was it, Jade?
Yeah, I was running with the ball and then just stepped a chicken and went straight into a sprinkler hole and fractured my foot.
How big was the sprinkler hole?
Oh, I don't even know. I didn't even see it. It must have been that small. But the funny thing is, I only had 4 days off work and I'm still in my moon boot working up on ladders.
Oh, my
Well
God.
done, Jade.
Jade, you should be able to sue the Oval for that one. You're a professional and you don't deserve it.
Oi, but boys, the good comes with the bad. I got to try, but I fractured my foot.
Oh, go you good thing. Go, Jade. You little legend.
Julie in Hurstville, what did you do, Jules?
I sneezed and put my back out, and it was my 20th wedding anniversary.
Oh, my God. Do you know what, Julie? I was mowing the lawn once, and I sneezed and did the same thing, and I was on all fours on the ground, and the lawnmower was running. No one could hear me yelling out. So I was there for about 15 minutes. Couldn't move, Julie.
Julie, I bet you were hoping that you were going to put your back out that night on your 20th wedding anniversary, but you did it sneezing, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. It was,
my
it was
God.
an interesting day, and I think I went to the theatre and had to stand up at the theatre for about 2 hours. And then,
no.
Yeah, and then a nice steak dinner where I wasn't comfortable, and then back at a beautiful hotel. And
Very
it
kind
was
of the other people just to carry you around from place to place as well, Julie. How romantic.
Exactly.
Thanks for
Very.
calling the show. Love you, Julie.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Okay, we need to talk about this. This is unbelievable. And 13 24 10, get involved with this because mother-in-laws can ruin weddings. Now, mate, this is the biggest wedding of all. I mean, we're talking the Beckham's wedding.
Oh, okay.
So this was Brooklyn. And
Oh, yes.
Brooklyn was marrying Nicola Peltz. Beautiful wedding.
Yes.
I mean, God, how good a wedding.
When was this? Not long ago.
Well, no,
Last year?
It was last year.
Yeah, I remember
this was
this.
last year. So there's more details that have come out about this. Now, the performance at the wedding, my gosh, what a voice this man has. Grammy Award winner Mark Anthony. Now, you would know Mark Anthony. He was married to J-Lo for a while.
Yeah, just trying to work it out. I mean, nobody's sitting there going, finally they're playing some Mark Anthony on Nova. The Brooklyns are worth a fortune.
Yep.
Peltz, he's a billionaire.
The Peltz is a... What is the Pelt? What does the old man Peltz own whip? Is it Topshop or something like that?
No, I don't know. He's no, I think it's more industrial. So they decided with all the cash in the world, they'd go with Mark Anthony.
So, Mark Anthony's got a beautiful voice, mate, and he's a lovely bloke.
Could have got anyone.
I texted him the other day, actually.
Oh,
He was a bit upset with the Swannies losing over the weekend. But, so anyway, Mark Anthony gets up. These details have just emerged. So he gets up, and before the song begins, before he goes into his first song, Mark Anthony asks Brooklyn to come to the stage. He knows Brooklyn. He knows the Beckhams very, very well. Then Mark Anthony goes and... Now I would like to invite up the most beautiful woman in the room tonight. Please come on up, Victoria Beckham.
Oh.
For the first dance at the wedding.
What do you mean?
Mark Anthony got Victoria Beckham to have a dance with her son.
With Brooklyn?
Before Brooklyn had a dance with Nicola Peltz. Work that out, mate. Work that out. That is a dog act at a wedding from a mother-in-law. I don't care what you say. It should be the bride and groom that kick it off first, and then mum can come in afterwards for a bit of a shindig.
Maybe Brooklyn didn't know about it, but if you were in that situation and it happened to you, you would very quickly go, but it's not about you, Mum. Where's my beautiful bride on her beautiful day?
A second source, I mean, this is coming from
got a second source? What do you mean? So not a direct source, a second source?
A second source, I think it was barbecue or mustard or something like that, who witnessed the moment, said everyone then watched Nicola run from the room crying.
Oh, no.
Nicola felt like Victoria did this on purpose when she knew it was a pre-planned romantic dance meant for Brooklyn and Nicola. What she couldn't understand was why. Why would they do this? Why would Mark Anthony do this? I mean, the Anthony family would not be happy that Mark's doing this. Mark with a C. Not many people have Mark
with
a C.
Camilla and Mark.
So this was absolute mayhem, and this is just another case of a mother-in-law trying to take over a wedding so she's happy.
Couple of further questions. I don't know if Source Twice Removed mentioned this, but did she come back into the wedding okay? Like, did she dry her eyes, Nicola, and then find her way back into the party, or was she out for half her, needed to sit down and a makeup touch-up?
Well, a third source said it was such a jaw-dropping moment that left the whole room in absolute shock. You could hear a pin drop.
Wow.
And then, unfortunately, Mark Anthony kicked off with some deplorable song.
Another one.
Heidi's given us a call from Campbelltown. Heidi, has a mother-in-law ruined a wedding for you?
Yes, I think she has.
Okay.
I believe it's ruined it. Yes.
Let it out, Heidi. What happened?
Well, she's rung me up and told me that it was my mother-in-law that rung me up and told me that my husband he was at work and told me that he had, because he works in an abattoir, and that he had lost his arm down a machine and I had to get to the hospital.
Oh, gosh.
It's pretty heavy.
Yeah. So I'm very heavily pregnant. I was very heavily pregnant.
Yeah.
So I've just dropped the phone and just gone straight up to the hospital.
Yeah.
And they couldn't find him anywhere. They had no recollection of even being there. And it was a complete joke.
It was a joke?
What was it? He just fooled around with me.
Where's the funny part?
It was a gotcha, a fitsy stitchy.
It was a gotcha.
Was it April Fool's Day or anything?
What?
I don't think so, no.
So
she was just an evil woman. Evil. She didn't like me.
This is good.
But,
so you turned up in the hospital and said, I think my husband's here. He's lost his arm in an accident at the abattoir.
Yeah, and I was I was like nearly full term.
You're heavily pregnant. You're sweating. You're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And there's nobody there.
No, I was wild. I was out for blood.
Do you need a hand?
You would have. Yeah. Heidi, are you still with the guy? Are you still married?
37 years.
Oh, well done.
Wow.
And what's your relationship with the with her, the evil woman?
She's dead and buried.
Okay. And did you kill her, Heidi?
No.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.